Hi everybody, my name is Gherkin. Welcome back to the channel. I'm a wedding filmmaker from Kansas City, Missouri. I like drinking Dr. Pepper and talking to a camera, and today that's exactly what we're going to do, because we're going to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. Pitchforks. Let's do it. So, pitchforks. Okay, here's what I mean when I say pitchforks. I heard something on a video the other day. I don't even remember what the video was talking about, but one of the very first lines of the video was, people are quicker to respond with pitchforks than they are with love. And I thought, oh my, a Sunday ramble must be made about that topic. So, here we are. Let's just break that down for a second. But first, Dr. Pepper. A 4. What does this statement even mean? People are quicker to respond with pitchforks than they are with love. People are quicker to get angry and to rage than they are to sit down, listen, and understand. This topic for me is very interesting. We're doing something at my work right now. We're taking these personality tests, and I can't believe I'm lumping this into it. And if anybody from my work sees this video, hi. We're taking these personality tests, and we're learning about what kind of person that we are. And that is a very scary thing to do for any human being in the world. Learning about the type of person that you are is very scary, because you'll read something and you'll be like, oh that's right. Yeah, that's really, really, really right. We fixed it. We're learning about ourselves through these personality tests. If you haven't seen it, everybody knows about the Myers-Briggs personality test. That's basically what we're doing. We're taking the Myers-Briggs personality test at work. We're doing this, it's for like a leadership meeting. It's not like just out of the blue. Like, we're actually doing it for a reason. But reading some of this stuff about myself is like tearing open a book that you never wanted to read, that you wanted to keep the spine all nice and clean, and when you open it you hear that sound and you're like, oh no, I didn't want to do that, but it's open and now we gotta read it. One of the things that I have learned about myself is the fact that I handle things more logically than I do emotionally. I don't let emotions get in the way of things. At first I was like, I don't think that that's true, and then the more that I recognized it and thought about it, I said, oh shit, that's very true. Why am I telling you this? Because when I see something on the interwebs, on the Instagram, and I'm scrolling through and my gut feeling is anger, I almost immediately, 95% of the time, go to the comment section. And the reason that I do that is because, one, I want to know if I'm the only person that thinks that, and if so, then I need to put it aside and go away. Or two, I don't know what this person is going through. I don't know this person at all. Do other people know this person? Have other people experienced the same thing? What is the reaction that other people are having? And is my gut reaction the same? We see so much shit on the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. I don't care what it is. You see so much shit every single day that makes you mad. I know you do. And for a goddamn second, I just want us to stop and pause and think, what if my first response wasn't hate? What if my first response wasn't anger? What if it was love? What if, for shits and giggles, humor me for 5 seconds, what if when you saw a post that made you angry, what if you first thought, okay, what is this person going through? What are they doing by sharing this with the world? Are they putting themselves in a vulnerable position? Are they putting themselves in a position to be judged? I create a video every single week for you guys. Every single time I press that button to upload a video, I am putting myself in a position to be judged by the world. By a world that does not know who I am, personally, that only sees me through the lens of a camera, and that has the ability to hide behind a computer screen and say whatever the fuck it wants. So it does. I have had some pretty nasty comments in my time, and almost every single one of them has completely rolled off my back. You guys know who I am. I'm not the type of person that really cares about what other people think about me. I've said it many a times and I'll say it many more. I'm just not that type of person, because you don't know me. Now, if my best friend were to say something like that, then I would take it to heart, because he's known me for 17 years of our lives. But any of you guys out there saying negative things about me on the internet, I don't care, okay? Yeah, it sucks, because you're a human being, and anytime anybody gets a nasty comment on anything, it sucks, okay? Hearing people say those things about you, even if you are the shittiest person in the world and deserve it, it still sucks, because you're a human being with feelings. At least, I would assume so if you're watching these videos. We're not going to get into all that, okay? You know where I'm going with it. We're not going to get into it. And if you don't know where I'm going with it, good. But we're not going to get into all that, okay? One of the best things I've ever heard in my life is people are quicker to criticize than they are to create. People will judge your work intensely. They will look at it through a freaking microscope. They will go frame by freaking frame and dissect that shit before your very eyes, and they will be quick to judge you. But have you ever seen any valuable or worthwhile work from them? If not, goodbye. But to those people who are quick to judge and dissect, and even myself, I am a culprit of this. I do this too. What if for a second we took the emotion out of it and we thought, what is this person going through? Who is this person? Have they been creating for very long? Is this the first thing they've ever made? This is why I go to the comment section, because I kind of want to see what other people think about it. And what's funny is that I'll actually debate people in my head in the comment section. I'll do it for either side, for either side in support of the post or not in support of the post. I will debate from either side just to kind of try and get a perspective on what is going on. Now, I don't do this very often because why would I, like I have other things to do. But I specifically remember seeing one post about, and I will use this as an example. This is an actual thing that happened to me. I saw a post about somebody who was burnt out, and they said that they had missed some very important moments in their family's life because they were shooting a wedding. And my first instant thought was, well, yeah, we choose this life. We're creatives. We choose this life. Yeah. And then I thought, no, slow down. Take the emotion away and think for a second. What if I was in this person's shoes? What if I was in this person's shoes and I had missed a very important moment in my family's life? And I think about it, how I drop everything to watch a football game with my family. How I drop everything, make sure everything is gone to be able to cook Christmas cookies on Christmas Eve with my family. And I think, all right, I understand. I get it. So they were talking about how they were going to step back from shooting as many weddings. And I at first was very angry because I was like, you could step back from shooting weddings. You could do that already. But I don't know when they started. They could have started 3 years ago when their kids were already grown and in, elementary school. They could have started 15 years ago. I don't know. I don't know them. So I was very quick to judge them, but I don't know them. I don't know anything about them. And I'm never going to. I don't know this person. I saw one post of theirs and that was it. And it was one of those Instagram ads things hey, suggested for you. So I'm never gonna meet this person ever in my life. I'm never gonna know this person. And yet I was very quick to judge them. That's what we have to stop. We have to slow down. We have to listen. We have to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Otherwise, you guys, we're not going to get anywhere. We are going to keep going in circles. Every single time we try to do something new, every single time we try to progress in one way or another, our immediate response is always hate. It's never love. Our first initial reaction to any post on Instagram is, how can I judge this? Not, what is this person actually trying to tell me? And by the way, there's only so much that you can say in an Instagram post. I know we don't have only 250 characters. We have much more than that. And you can talk about it in multiple slides, and you can even post videos, and that's great. But people see what they want to see, and then they attack you, which is always why anybody who talks about my work in the comments, anybody who talks about my Sunday Ramble topics in the comments, if the only thing that they saw was the short form video that I had posted, I don't even engage with them. One of the first things that I always ask people is, did you watch the whole video? Because if you didn't, then you have no fucking idea what's going on. Because sometimes I splice that shit together based on how good it sounds to be able to post on Instagram. Look, it happens. I gotta do it. That's just the way the world works. That's the part of the game that I'm willing to play. So when you watch just a simple little reel, you have no idea what I just talked about for those 10 other minutes. So when you go watch those 10 other minutes, then you can come back and yell at me at the comments, and then we'll have an actual debate about it. But until then, you have no idea what's going on. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I'm trying to tell you in any way unless you watch the whole video. And for those of you who are here watching the whole video, because I think that I've been talking for a good chunk of time, Thank you, and welcome. What this does to people is it makes them afraid to be vulnerable on the internet. It makes them afraid to even share anything. Every single time I click the upload button, there is a small flicker of fear. Every time. Because always in the back of my mind, I wonder, what are people going to think about this? Are they going to like it? Are they going to understand what I'm trying to convey? And if not, oh no, we have a problem. Did I do a good enough job in telling these people what my actual intentions with this piece of art were? And if not, we have to fix that. We have to rectify that. But some of that could be solved, not just by me, but by you guys, by all of us, by removing the emotion from it first and thinking, what is this person going through? Let me put myself in their shoes. Let me try to grasp what they're trying to tell me. And then, instead of writing a hateful comment about, oh, you're so stupid, this point of view is so stupid, maybe ask a question. Maybe ask a question like a grown-ass adult, and let's have a conversation. We're so quick to grab the pitchfork and the torch and the signs and start out in the streets. We never once just stopped to ask a question. We never once just stopped to listen. And that's really what I'm trying to fucking fix. Accountability is important, do not get me wrong. But there's a difference between holding somebody accountable and tearing them apart for sport. Pitchfork energy isn't about helping, it's about winning. And that's the problem. Everybody wants to win every single argument. Everybody wants to be right. Nobody wants to look wrong or look like they don't know something. Why? Who hurt you? Give me a name. We talk about this at work all the time, and it's because I work in a finance department. We talk about this at work, accountability all the time. And yes, that's 100% true. I try to take accountability for every single one of my actions because at the end of the day, I did them. There's nothing I can do about them, and maybe I did them in a weird headspace. Maybe they were a mistake. Maybe they were a complete accident. Maybe not. But I still did them. And if that means I made a mistake, that means I fucked up, then I take responsibility for that. And I say, I'm so sorry I fucked up. I'll fix it right now. People need to be allowed to be people. People need to be allowed to be human beings. And I mean that in every single aspect of everything. People need to be allowed to fuck up. People need to be allowed to say what they want, to feel what they want, to create what they want, without the immediate backlash of other people. Now, because I know some of you guys are going to be in the comment section and I just don't want to deal with it. See, even now I'm doing it. I'm like, people are going to come in here and they're going to think that I don't, they're going to think that I mean that everybody should be allowed to say anything. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about specifically creative work, okay? Let's leave the existentialism out of it. Let's leave the politics out of it for a minute, because that's not what I'm saying at all. Listen, hey, some people need to be shut up, all right? Listen, I understand. I feel you. Some people really do need to be shut up. Some people need to be teared down for sport. I'm just saying. There are a few people in the world that go nuts, but when we're talking about artists, we're talking about creatives, talking about people, just random Joe Schmoes on the internet, like, let's think, you know? Let's just sit down and listen. Let's have a conversation. Let's ask a question. Let's talk. Less scrolling, more talking. And most importantly, let's create, because creation always fixes everything. Sometimes when you hate everything and everyone, you just need to make something. Like I said before, it's much easier to criticize than it is to create. So if you are a creative, congratulations. You've already done one half of the job. Sharing it is the other. Happy Hunger Games. No, I'm just kidding. Last thing, swear. This may sound cliche as f***, and I truly do not care. It is my favorite point on here, and I must say it. Every single time that you put hate out into the world, every single time that you respond with hate, you carry a little less love with you. And that's not okay. You lose a part of yourself when you spread hate. You lose a part of who you are as a human being. And I don't want that for any of you. And I mean that, truly. I don't want any of you to automatically resort to hate. I want you to have so much love in your heart and in your soul so that you can spread it to people who truly care about you and who you truly care about. Don't lose who you are in this world of awfulness. What makes the world such a good place is people like you, people who create, people who make things, people who write and dance and sing and make art and film. People who are creative make this world go fucking round. And there is nothing more than I would rather do than to use my platform to spread that love. That's it. That's all I got. I'm going to end this video right here. Thank you so much for joining me. I was nervous about this one. I don't know why. I guess I just felt like I wasn't going to have enough to talk about, which is hilarious because I literally ran out of SD card space making this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Do all the YouTube things if you want to, like, subscribe, comment. Honestly, whatever the spirit is telling you to do, you go and do it. Thank you so much for being here. If you watched all the way to the end of this probably very long video, thank you so much. I love you all, and I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Yay.